You're probably heading out soon.
Okay, who's,
Yeah.
Frankie, head him up.
All right.
well, before we start, I got some other things to do first. Who's here alone with the flotilla? Either the flotilla commander or a vice that's alone. Okay? This is for your vice, for your, the other person.
Thank you.
Same with yours. Linda, you need one too, for your flotilla commander? Okay? We paid one for, two sets of these for every flotilla. Okay?
That's fine.
Jonathan.
You two guys have got yours. John, that needs an extra one. Your
No, we've
vice.
got, wait a minute, we've got,
I got the rest of them here.
oh, good, because I was gonna say,
Okay.
Frankie's going to do uniforms, and we're going to try to get,
You want, before Tom leaves, you want him to elaborate his, all those parking?
Hey, that's a good idea.
oh, okay.
Oh, what?
Come up here with that thing.
You're not done yet.
Frank's gonna
Go
do,
bring the parking.
Frank's gonna do uniforms, and we're gonna try to get this done so we can get out of here and have some lunch, so.
Mr. Vice, I need to report a uniform infraction on the part of the Division Vice Commander.
Uh-oh.
If you would please come forward.
What did I do?
Come step forward, step forward.
Division Vice Commander.
Well, she's missing part of her uniform because I have just received her recreational boating safety award. You may fix your uniform during lunch.
That is,
Being
sure,
filmed, right?
they didn't mean another somebody? Okay,
No, that's you.
thanks. Now, you see,
You can pin it on like a
you
winning.
can lose track of your time
Are you crazy?
sometimes, you don't pay attention to it, and I
I'm
wasn't
not
paying
gonna
any
turn around
attention
till we
to
get
any
home.
of this. Thank you.
Tom happens to have the only approved cold weather gear in the entire auxiliary uniform program, and he's got it with him today.
In Division 6.
So
No, I think someone else has it.
I thought you'd like to see it because everything else, as we go through this thing this morning, has been eliminated.
Pretty
There is
much.
no more cold weather gear for us as far as I can see. I've been through all the slides, I've been through all the programs. We have no more sweaters, no more jackets, no nothing.
No,
This is the only one that's allowed, so
no, the Air Force windbreaker.
Windbreaker.
For these,
Pat's wearing the yellow one, but this is the only other one that you can wear for
yeah.
cold weather.
Foul weather parka, $200 just for the liner.
Yeah, the liner.
I mean, not the liner, the shell.
So the shell, they got a deal on the shell for 140 now.
Yeah. This is different now. This is the old one. They have the new version of it, which this you can't wear standalone. The new one you can wear standalone. However, remember, depending on how you get the uniform, because I bought this 2 years ago, when I can wear this with my untucked ODUs, which I just bought recently, but the new liner is too short
For the touch.
for this, for the untucked. So I either have to buy, I don't want to shell out $200 to get a new one of these, so I'll just probably return that one, buy the longer standalone liner by itself, and just keep this one
Down
in
to
here all the
when we
time.
have a blizzard, how much use do you get out of this?
I try to get as much use as possible to get my money's worth.
That's the basic.
Yeah, because, yeah, really, this
People
thing,
wear
this
it
is
for
about,
2 years.
all this together is like $300.
I know.
And that was 2 years ago. Sorry.
Appreciating it about $5 a year.
Yeah, so, and I used to wear it with the Trops, but then they did away with that, so. This is
okay.
ODU only.
It's as good as buying gold and putting it in the safe.
Tom, that's okay. The flotilla members are the only ones that haven't had their budget
So really, so if you do buy it, make sure it's long enough that it, covers the ODU, because they don't explain in the uniform guides how far the ODU goes down, how far this goes down. I had a Coast Guard officer show me, okay, ODUs are supposed to be down to like right there, and then when I put this jacket on, it just barely covers it, so it's,
What's the penalty and fine if you don't?
if you're out of uniform, you look bad. Or yeah, you look bad, and they'll, in the active duty go, like, another auxiliarist that doesn't know how to wear a uniform.
There's another one of our sparkling idiots.
So,
So you need to put another, take the untuck and roll the bottom up and then put another belt around it?
Jonathan, try not to help.
And this is member.
I got two guys taking
member
notes.
elect.
No, he is the FC, he's been the FC, this is second year,
Second year.
so.
And that's ordered through.
That's the only, that's the
New
only
Jersey.
coalition here we have,
New Jersey,
sad to say.
yeah, yeah, out of, UDC,
Jacket that I
yeah.
wear.
So, yeah, the only other one, of course, is the,
This one.
that one, yeah, the Air Force version, which you can wear with everything. And the trench coat, the raincoat, that's the other one, and you can wear with almost everything.
But this is the only other one they wear with this uniform.
Yeah.
That's for the ODOs, and this is for this uniform, that's it. Okay? So everybody's got all those sweaters and everything else, and they all,
I don't know, is the Woolly Pulley gone?
yeah,
It is?
fully pullings, the casual sweater, all that stuff is gone.
Oh.
Somebody decided we don't need that stuff anymore. My only
Break
problem
the news
is,
to bird.
thank God we live in Houston, because all those people up north are gonna be freezing to death. There's nothing they can wear,
Well, they spent $300 and get one of these things.
not with this uniform.
No, then they spend $100 and get that one.
And that's not warm enough.
That's not warm
You
enough.
have to buy, no,
Your
you have to
butt
buy a
freezes.
liner for it.
No, it comes with a liner.
It's pretty warm.
It's a vest liner.
Pretty warm, okay.
What is it? I have one.
Yeah, and just,
I
you
thought
just
I had
Velcro
it.
it in
I thought I
and
had
that's
it.
all.
I don't have to put it in there for you.
All those smoke north are pretty hard.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you, Tom, I appreciate
Oh,
it.
you want?
Now you can fly away.
You did talk about the holy cow, right?
No.
No,
We can do that.
Yeah, we did.
We can,
wait a minute.
we haven't talked about that. We can, let's move on.
Yeah.
Let's move on with this and we will talk about it.
Fine, thanks.
Okay? Move on. Move on with the uniforms.
Okay. Where are we?
We're on,
This,
we're on slide 75.
This presentation's got 75 slides.
Cool.
I'm gonna go through it really quick today. The only reason I'm gonna go through this, there's a couple of things you need to be aware of as we go through it. But this is the best training program you can give to your flotilla. One of your flotilla meetings, for God's sake, take the first half of this and run it so your people know what uniform they're supposed to wear and how they're supposed to wear it. Okay, that's why you need to see this. We'll just go through it really quick. A couple of things I'm gonna stop at and talk about. If you have any questions in the middle, stop. All right, all right. Let's start at the first, so I don't, how we doing there? Okay? So this is perfect for your flotilla meetings. Somebody, back up, Harry, hang on, let me tell you one. All right? There's a couple of things that you're not aware of. If you have a surface operation flotilla, for example, whenever you go to the air station and see the auxiliary people walking around in these strange uniforms, they have jumpsuits and all kinds of stuff, and I know over the years I've said, what the hell, is that part of the uniform, or is that something they just wear because they're flyboys or something? All this information is in here. So for the first time, we're gonna get a full package of all of the uniforms in the auxiliary. It's a good program. Okay. We have these two uniforms, as you know. This is, and I wanna make a point right now, this is a working uniform. This is not our normal uniform. This is our normal uniform. This is tropical blue. This is our uniform. You wanna go work on a boat or work somewhere with you, on something, this is the other uniform you wear. You don't wear this one to meetings. Okay, it's a working uniform. Now, I know some flotillas have got this down backwards, where it's easier for these people to buy, a new member to buy an ODU uniform than it is to buy one of these. But this is our uniform. The working uniform is limited. You can't go to any of the meetings at the Coast Guard base. If they're a very formal meeting, you can't do a lot of things in that uniform that you can do with this uniform. Okay? If you're gonna have a member buy a new uniform, buy the troops. That's what they should do. And while I'm talking about that, please don't ever, ever, ever swear in a new member without his uniform. Everybody does it. Everybody does it. The first thing you do when you do that is you guarantee him that he doesn't need a uniform. Because you just brought him up in front of all of everybody else and said, you swore him in as a brand new member, here's your number, congratulations, here's your nameplate. No uniform. And you got nothing to say when he shows up the rest of the year without a uniform. Okay? We don't need to go through all of this in great detail. Let's go, Harry, next one. It talks about all this different kinds of stuff you can get with them. This is an optional dress uniform. It's really not, it's not a dress uniform, it's a work uniform. Okay? Keep going. I tried this. I went in the closet and pulled out what I knew what to use. By golly, there is a pack, there is a spot in there for a pen. I didn't know that until I saw this the other night. Now, keep going. Yeah, they're just talking about the buttons and stuff. There's the jacket that you just saw that Tom has. Okay?
Are you gonna talk about mixing and matching those
We're
two?
not gonna mix and match, it's a good point though, stop it.
Yes.
You can't mix and match the old uniforms and the new uniform. Okay?
Yeah, one of them's faded, one of them's not.
That's right, the new uniform has got these emblems on it that says US Coast Guard on it, you can just barely see, even though they look like your old uniform. So don't mix them up, if you got the old uniform, yeah,
Excuse me, when are we supposed to get rid of these tuck ones, or can you just keep wearing
you can
them?
wear them until you wear them out,
Oh, okay.
unfortunately.
They call it not serviceable. And what it means
Yeah.
by not serviceable is if it's buttonless, if the buttons are falling off, it's got a little tear in it, if it's totally faded.
It's dirty.
That's what they refer to as being non-serviceable.
But there's no date.
No,
No, not for the auxiliaries.
no,
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
you won't be able to buy them anymore either, because they're giving them away. As a matter of fact, if somebody needs some of the old uniforms to wear, we've got a box in the trunk that we can,
You passed up the belt one. There's several belts out there that are so much more secure than the ones that's issued. Is there, I know there's just that one belt that's,
there's
That's
one
approved.
belt, or there's a rigger's belt. Rigger's belt is just a little bit bigger, but that's the other two belts in the band.
It's a little bit wider, it's got a better buckle system.
I mean, yes, the buckle system on the one that I've got is totally useless in my opinion. It slips and it does all kinds
Yeah,
of.
it's the one that comes with it, and you run it, tuck it in here and there.
It
You
depends.
Yes.
If you look at the buckle real close, you can put it on upside down, and then it doesn't hold. You don't wanna take a look at that. It's gotta fold completely flat
Right.
when you put it on. If it's got one of these little lips on it, it's not the right
But
size.
then you go backwards too compared to what you normally would put a belt on.
If it's a rigger's belt,
Yeah,
so.
so I thought.
Insignias, no more metal insignias. No more metal insignias on the collar.
I'm
You
working.
need metal insignias. Like on yours, you should have a metal insignia out here. Whatever your rank, or whatever your office is, goes on here.
Not metal.
But not metal.
Not metal. You take the metal one and put it on your hat. I know it sounds stupid, it's a stupid statement, but that's what they want. No metal on the collars, but you put the metal on the hat.
Where the pin sticks in the forehead.
Where the pin sticks in the forehead, it's like you put a piece of tape on the inside, or put a dent up here. Okay, but no metal on here.
I won't be part of the committee that rewrites these things if you ever get
I
one.
wish you would. Okay.
It's
While we're
also-
at t-shirts, everybody has got the blue t-shirt for the ODUs. It says US Coast Guard. That's not part of our uniform. We are not US Coast Guard, we are US Coast Guard Auxiliary. If they ask you to take off your outer jacket because it's hot, and you have US Coast Guard, you're out of uniform. It should say auxiliary. The auxiliary ones now cost about $8.50, you can get them on the national store. They are available, it says auxiliary. Don't buy them down at the Coast Guard base. They all say US Coast Guard.
Actually, they have some auxiliary t-shirts.
If they do, wonderful.
And they still have the standard straight, plain, they have ones without any writing on it also.
Yeah, that's not a legal part of the uniform either. Ours has to say US Coast Guard Auxiliary on it.
If you take the blouse off, then you're not
Yeah.
recognized then. Nobody recognizes that you are auxiliary. Take the blouse off.
You
there's
take the
nothing.
blouse off, you still have a PSD, which says you're supposed to wear auxiliary on it.
Well, that's,
So
yes.
that's not a uniform.
Y-
The uniform is with the blouse, unless you got special dispensation from the group or from the sector.
But, well, we'll talk about that later, but that, you're talking about hot weather.
The reason I'm going through this stuff is so that you can use this at your flotilla meetings, since your members never get this information on their own. It makes a good meeting, okay? Good training meeting. Boots need to be safety boots. Almost nobody has a safety boot because they're an extra $10 when you buy the boot. Everybody goes to Academy and saves the $10. Okay? We used to have an old chief who used to walk around stepping on people's toes, just to see if they flinched. Okay? It was very effective. He was a big guy.
Frank,
That's,
how come I have to shout them in the office area?
it's only has been so many questions. But that's what it says. They don't want them to look like
Like
a
you do
boot
it
in
at
the
home?
office.
Yeah, I usually shout them at home.
And if you buy the wrong boot at Academy or wherever you want to buy them, some of them will mark terribly. You need to really check the soles and see if it comes off when you rub your white handkerchief over it. If it comes off black, that's not the one you want to buy. Okay? Okay. Keep going. Just keep going. Still back up one. Okay.
Oh, that's a Houston, Stacy's Houston, yes, they go through
This is, somebody in our group wrote this, I don't know who did it. This is a tropical blue uniform, okay? This hat is not part of this uniform. Period. I'm not gonna say it again. Baseball cap is not worn with this uniform. This is not an auxiliary uniform. It is not allowed. People have been doing it here for 20 years. It's time to stop it.
Well, it was authorized by the captain here, but it's not anymore.
That's exactly right.
Because the
You can
commandant
wear it on the
switched it.
base, period, if you wanted to, at the station that you're working at. Not to go to a meeting if you didn't belong on it, if you weren't doing anything on the base. So right now, this cap does not go with this uniform. You need to fix all your members, because a lot of old timers have got this hat, okay, with this uniform. It's time to stop it. The only things that are available for this uniform is this, okay, with this emblem on the side, or the combination hat. These are the two caps for this uniform. Okay. And while it's not on here, I really have two uniforms. If you look at it, this is my normal hat that I normally carry with this ribbon bar. And when I want to dress up, I put on my combination hat and I put on my full ribbon bar, which is here. Okay? These are a pain in the butt when you get a lot of them. Okay? They start to lean forward like that, they start to snag on stuff. So if you're working and it's not a very formal occasion like today, I don't wear this hat, I don't wear these ribbons. I wear the 4.5 hat and just the 3. You can wear 3, or you can wear 9, or you can wear all of them. That's your choice, it's your option to do that. 3, 9, or all of them. Okay?
Here's the woolly pulley, not authorized after 31 December
That's
2004.
exactly right. Air Force windbreakers and one Pat has. That's the only one you can wear with this uniform.
The flight jacket is a big point of controversy with the airborne folks, only the station.
Well, see, there's other rules involved. Just want everybody to see this, because to be honest with you, I have never seen this for you guys in the air program. I have no idea until I saw this, I had no idea what you guys were wearing.
Yeah.
I thought you just wore a jumpsuit because you liked it.
I hope everybody's quick readers.
Stop. Micah. There you go. Here's the flights that we were talking about, and all of the stuff that goes on a flight suit. You know, I always wondered whether these guys were just making these patches up and stuff like that. Well, it's actually, they're real,
No,
and I didn't know that.
Real.
I thought people
Get
were
them
just
from
making them.
Sporty's Pilot Shop.
Well, yeah, that's true. Okay. And the jumpsuit, and all the stuff that goes with it.
Flight suit,
Flight suit.
you'll catch hell from them if you say.
Okay, thank you, no, it's fine, because it's new to me, to a lot of people.
I think you're right, somebody did make this up in this area.
Yeah, yeah.
It
There's
is.
all of our,
This
It's our people.
This is out of 12, I think this may be Hoss Robertson.
Yeah,
that might be his,
somebody did a good job of it,
Yeah.
no question about that.
We've used this for flotilla.
Yeah, this is Haas's presentation.
Yeah.
Well, I want you to see it so you know it's available. And like I said, it makes a great flotilla training session. Okay? Keep going. We've got dinner dress blue jackets, which is the other jacket that we always wear for formal occasions. We don't require that down here very often. Matter of fact, I can't recall once, I've been here since 2004, I don't recall one time where they've ever requested us to wear that jacket.
Which, with the dinner dress jacket, this one?
No, not this.
Oh, the other one.
we're jumping around here.
Yeah,
Oh.
back up, Harry, because,
Background thing.
service dress,
Service dress blues.
this one.
The only time we tend to wear service dress blues around here is one year we had a number of members pass away. So usually if you have to go to a funeral,
Funeral dress.
It's a funeral
formal-
dress.
Formal uniform, it's a formal version of our uniform here. But we use it so infrequently and they cost so much money, it's really crazy to get it. I can't see any use for it. Most of the time, the weather is nice and we wear this, which is fine. I don't know if there's a lot of call for the other stuff. Okay? We don't need to get into any of this stuff. Just be aware that there are other uniforms available, and you'll see us in these uniforms from time to time, depending on like the award dinner, or this thing that's coming up on a change of watch in December. We'll be wearing those uniforms.
And if you don't know, if you have a question on it, go to the manual.
Yeah, chapter 10 does a good job. Chapter 10 has got like 50 pages of this stuff. It's pretty involved. So if you have a question, go to the manual, use the manual. Okay? Next one. It answers most of the questions. I'm not trying to be a speed reader here, but I went down the whole list. It's pretty interesting. I
This
got a
can
couple
al-
other things.
This is also available to the flotilla commanders if they want it,
Back up one here.
because we can get it to you, we can email this to you. If you'd like to have this, PowerPoint presentation,
If you just right click and go previous, back up. One more. One more. Okay, one more. Well, it didn't show. Okay. I got three other things. One, the ball caps. Where you can get them and how they're supposed to be and all the rest, but just start passing that stuff around. All right?
this is the new ball cap, is you're
Yes.
talking about, right?
Yes.
Everybody got one? This is answering the question about the ball cap, where you can get them. And what you have to put on them in order for color device. I just wanted you to have it in writing so you knew where they came from, because people will question you. And basically what it says is, you can't wear these anymore. Okay, the ones we spent all the money for that haven't done, like we just did. Okay, this cap right now, without a device on it, is a civilian cap. You can wear it all day long with anything, without your uniform. Don't put it on with a uniform. Okay, after all these years. This is the only cap that's authorized. It says nothing about your flotilla. It has nothing, there's no scrambled legs on it if you're a division captain or higher. This is the only cap. Has a metal emblem on it. If you're not an officer, if you're just a normal member, this is what you put on it. Okay, if you're a staff officer or an elected officer, you put your office on it. Okay? You have to have the device to make the cap official. Take the device off, it's not a uniform device, it's not a uniform cap anymore. And everybody has done it wrong for the last couple of years, we need to fix it this year.
Not everybody.
I'm talking in general.
How about, no, it's not that one, it's that one.
Yeah, that's the
You
one, we used
show-
to,
is
we used to
this-
put those on the caps if you were working on the base. We don't do that anymore.
That
either.
is not on the cap at all for anyone at any time, and you do see that. That does not, that's not the one that goes on the ball cap.
We all come off the ball caps anymore, even if you're working on the base. What happened in the past is if you were working on the base, you put this emblem on it here. Okay? Yes, that was required if you're working on a base in one of the departments. Okay? They kind of emphasized the fact that you were something special at the base, that's what they required. And it was in writing on the book, that's no longer there. This is the only cap that's available. So really, that's a little bit easier for us. We have a lot of junk out there, folks, we need to clean up. This is just some information about the ODU. I'm doing this quickly because there's not a great deal of information we don't already know. Okay, and the slides do the best job of explaining it all in greater detail. There's just a couple of things that I've given, one on the caps, one on the ODU. And the last one is not on the slides, or not on the program. And it talks about what you wear when you're a vessel examiner. Okay?
Can we go back to ball cap for 1 second?
Sure, of course.
This first item you have here on the in summary section, it says we can continue to wear our older ball cap of mesh or solid material as long as it's originated one of 3 authorized sources.
Yes.
Is that actually correct? Because I thought we had to have the new ball cap of ODU material
Well,
as of 12/31.
that's why I gave it to you in writing. That's what they're saying. If there's a change, that's a change, it's not on the slide.